Hey there, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Adrienne Jewell. I am a part-time reseller with Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay. So up to this point, I've been making some reselling videos, mostly geared around Poshmark because Poshmark is my favorite. Sorry about that, but it is my favorite. And I wanted to shed some light on Mercari because Mercari has actually been doing very well for me lately. And I think that everyone, or at least my reselling friends, all of you, should be reselling on Mercari as well. So if you've ever had some hesitation about whether or not you should list your item on Mercari, this video is for you because I want to show you how easy it is, and it's really not that hard. So I'll show you what you need to do before you start listing, and we'll kind of talk about how it's similar to Poshmark and eBay, because I've always said if Poshmark and eBay had a baby, it would be Mercari, and you'll see some similarities and differences within this video. So let's get started. Okay, so I wanted to take just a couple minutes to talk about the differences and similarities between Mercari and Poshmark, and as you can already see, there are a lot more similarities than there are differences. So with both platforms, you can list women's, men's, and children's fashion. However, on Poshmark, you cannot sell hard goods. So hard goods are, if you wanted to sell a picture frame, you cannot. If you wanted to sell a coffee cup, no. Keyboards, no. You can only really do fashion type of items. And you can generate prepaid shipping labels through both platforms, and they come through your email. Offer shipping discounts through Poshmark and Mercari. Mercari, though, you offer free shipping or ask the customer to pay their own shipping. However, on Poshmark, you can offer free shipping, a partial discount, or charge the customer for shipping. And then with Mercari, you can promote your item to have your item seen at the top of the listings, and by doing that, you would have to drop your price by 5% or more, and that will send a notification to anyone who's liked your items, and they can get known of your price reduction. And it also makes your item appear at the top of the screen. Now, if you do a closet clear out days, you can do the same with Poshmark. However, you have to drop your price by at least 10% for your likers to be notified, and they get a shipping discount along with that, which Poshmark covers, which is pretty cool. With both platforms, now you can do offers to likers. You didn't have that feature about a week ago. Now you do. So Mercari allows you to offer a discount. At least 10% will give a notification to your likers. The one place where I think that Poshmark has Mercari is the option to share. Right now you cannot share on Mercari. The only way to share or have your item seen at the top is to promote your item. So hopefully we'll have that soon. Okay, so let's talk about what you're going to need to list your item on Mercari. So there's really 4 things that you're going to need. One, of course, is your item to list. So an item to list, 2 bright and beautiful pictures of the item, and I have a video for that if you haven't seen that already. So bright and beautiful pictures is number 2. Number 3 is you're going to need a good description of your item, which should include measurements and fabric content, which I've learned along my journey as a reseller, people will ask for it, so I might as well have it right off the bat for them. No, Mike is playing Fortnite right now, so sorry if you hear him yelling in the background. But anyway, for the 4th item that you're going to need is going to be weight, and that is unique to Mercari and eBay. So you are going to need to know the weight of the item right off the bat, especially for Mercari, because you cannot change the weight after it sells. So make sure you have that ready for you, ready at the beginning of your listing. All right, so I have a form that captures all of these items, and I'm going to share that form with you. Okay, so I've already taken the liberty to fill out as much as the form as I could. So I took each item, got the size on the tag, I got the chest measurement laying flat, so measuring from the pit to the other pit. Measured the length from the shoulder to the bottom hemline and the waist of the dresses. And with the long sleeve Lucky Brand shirt, I got the sleeve length from the shoulder to the wrist, and I got the fabric content of all of them. So we're almost done with this form, and the reason this helps is because, one, when you get to listing your item, you already have the item, a brief description of the item. You can include the size in your in your description, and people love measurements of the item. When they're buying online, they can't see it in the store, try it on, so they need your measurements. So I always get the measurements, and some people are allergic to certain fabrics, so they need to or want to know the fabric content, so I always put the fabric content in there too. And it goes for those who are not allergic. They want to know how the item might feel. So if they know, okay, well, if it's silk, of course it's going to be nice and silky and satiny and tight. And if it's cotton, they'll know it'll be a little bit softer, more flexible. So those are all important, and that's what I include in my descriptions. And when you get to eBay, you'll learn that these are pretty much required too. So, all right, so we filled out the form. Now the only column we're waiting for information on is that weight column. So we're going to get to the scale, and I'm going to show you how to get the weight. Okay, so here is my weight setup, my scale setup. I have it plugged in the back over there, and there's my scale. And if you can see it, let me just unplug it for you real quick. So on the scale, you can kind of see this is what I bought. I've tried taking it off, but it just doesn't want to come off, and I don't want to mess up the measurement balancing thing inside by trying to scrape it off. So I just left it on there. But anyway, you can see it was from stamps.com. I heard you get these free if you use stamps.com. But obviously I haven't tried it, so I don't know if that's true or not. But I got this scale from Goodwill for $2.99. It was $2.99, and I got it on half off day, so it was $1.50, which is a great deal for me. And the only thing it was missing was the cord. So I already had like a ton of cords in my home, so I just use it. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you can see the numbers. There we go. Okay, so our 3 items that we're listing is the Ralph Lauren dress here, and we got the Calvin Klein dress, and the Lucky Brand dress or shirt. So I'm going to put this item on the scale, obviously, and get the weight of it. So this is about 2.5 ounces, and because it's 2.5 ounces, and I shared this on my Instagram stories, but I always round up. So I'm going to write down on the form that it is 3 ounces. So let me just get that real quick. So here's the form. I'm just going to put that it is 3 ounces. Alrighty. Get that off of there. Make sure it goes back to 0. And then I'm going to weigh the other item, the Ralph Lauren. That one is 8.2 ounces. However, I always round up, or 8.1. So I'm going to say it is 9 ounces. And the reason I do that is just to give some wiggle room for the weight of the poly mailer, the weight of the anything that I have to put inside it. It does that when it's not completely, if it thinks that the item is not completely on the scale. So 9 ounces is what I'm going to put that one as. Okay, and last but not least is the heaviest item we're listing today, which is the Calvin Klein dress, and it says it is 1 pound 2.8 ounces, but I'm going to put that it is 1 pound and 3 ounces. Okay, so we got the weight of all 3 items here on our sheet, and now we can start cross-listing on Mercari. Alrighty, so on Mercari you have different categories: women, men, kids, home, vintage, beauty, electronics, sports, handmade, and other. So if you're not sure what to list, just take a look around, see what's there, and get some ideas on what you have in your house. Start selling some stuff. I'm curious about this other section, so I clicked on that. So in other, you got engines, a piano, some Zycam that you probably shouldn't have listed, and DVDs, just stuff that doesn't fit within those main categories. Now, if you're not sure what you shouldn't list, click on that Prohibited Items policy link at the bottom of the page. So you shouldn't be selling fraudulent stuff, anything illegal, drugs, stolen goods. Please don't sell any alcohol, tobacco products, or any items you don't have. So drop shipping is prohibited. safety hazard items, gambling items. Live animals, don't sell live animals, please. And human parts, yeah, that's gross, so please don't do that. So there's a number of prohibited items, so take a look at that list. Anything in that list, please do not sell. And because I am cross-listing, what that means is I already have the item on Poshmark. I'm just going to take one of these 3 items, the Lucky Brand shirt, the Calvin Klein dress, or the Ralph Lauren dress, and list it on Mercari. So let's start with the Lucky Brand item. So I already have everything. I did all the hard work on Poshmark. All I got to do is take that stuff and put it in Mercari. So I just got to do a copy paste and throw it into Mercari. So hit that sell item button at the top right and paste your stuff. So I got my title in there, and you were limited to 40 characters. So sometimes I have to eliminate some words in my title, but I always throw it in the description if it's not already on Poshmark's description. Alright, then grab your pictures. That's something I always forget to do, so I'm trying to do that good right now. So I'm grabbing my pictures so that I can throw them into the Mercari website. And then it's time to copy and paste my description. So I'm not typing anything so far. I just got to make sure that I copy what I need and throw it into Mercari. And give it a quick look, make sure nothing jumbled up. I've had a couple times where it jumbled on me, but that was probably my bad, not something the website did. And at the bottom you have 3 options, or you have an option to add 3 hashtags, which is pretty cool. And I always put fashion, jewel butterfly, and I don't know, you could do something like Insta Fashion. I changed that to style here. So whatever you want. Select your category and the brand, which it will read from, or your size and then your brand, and choose the condition of the item. I put like new, but I'm kind of thinking it's good, so I'm going to change that later. Enter your zip code, which I'm just going to put a random Phoenix zip code, so let's go with 85021. That's not where I'm from, but whatever, it'll work. Now you have 2 shipping options, prepaid label or ship on your own. So prepaid label means you're going to use Mercari's label, and let's see what this would charge us. So $4.25 for a 3-ounce item, or $20 if you want to use the pack and ship at UPS, where they do it for you. If it were over a pound, it would be $8 with USPS or FedEx $6.50, or the same $20 for UPS. No thank you. 10 pounds, $13.980 with FedEx, or $20 for that UPS thing. No thank you. You can ship up to 150 pounds, which is pretty awesome. But let's check a resource that I just found about. I can ship on my own if it's under a pound, and I am going to use a website that my friend, let's put the price first, $35, but my friend told me about this website, pirateship.com. It's a pretty neat name. My friend Marcie on Instagram, she goes by Marcie KD. She has a Mercari account, and she showed me or told me about this, and now I've been using it ever since. So if it's under a pound, use pirateship.com. It's a pretty easy website to use, and it's free. It is free. So you can even get a quote before you buy the item. So let's say I'm shipping to New York in zip code 10001, and package dimensions for this Lucky Brand shirt, I would use my 9x6 poly mailer, and it is 3 ounces. So if I get a rate quote for that poly mailer, it would cost $2.66, or if I use Mercari, it's $4.25. So that's where you need to know the exact weight of your item, so that you can get a savings with your shipping, especially if you are going to offer free shipping. So I would offer free shipping on this item. It's $2.66. I can handle that. Mercari has a 10% listing fee. I can handle that too. So I'm going to go with shipping on my own, and I'm going to get my shipping label on pirateship.com. So it's that simple, and you can get right into setting up another item. So let's do this Ralph Lauren dress, or Ralph Lauren, however you want to say it. All right, grab your pictures, throw it on the website, make sure that it loads correctly, and just copy and paste and go about your business. So I put the same hashtags there, fashion, style, and jewel butterfly. You can search for those hashtags on Mercari and find your items. So I just put my size, or the category, the size, and then the brand. Like new, I'm going to change that later because I think I should be using good. Like new is more for new with tags type of things. Put my zip code in there, the fake zip code, and look for my shipping label. So if you remember, this one is a little bit of a larger item, so I'm going to use my 12 by 9 this time, and I put in the ounces, so it's saying that I could use either Pirate Ship or Mercari, and since Pirate Ship is cheaper, I'm going to use pirateship.com. Alright, so finish up my listing, double check, make sure everything's correct, and then hit the list button and move on to the next item. So this is pretty quick, it doesn't take a lot of time. So let's do this Calvin Klein. Again, just copy and paste. That's all you gotta do, copy and paste. Throw it in there, adjust to make sure you fit those 40 characters, grab your pictures, copy and paste your description, and adjust your title as necessary. I always make sure the exact size is in the description, because if you notice that Mercari makes you enter the size within categories, so extra small, small, medium, large, and so on. So I try to make sure that the item is that I put the exact size on the tag in the description. Alright, so this was a 1 pound and 3 ounce dress, so I would have to either use the $8 shipping or FedEx $6.50. Or if I go to pirateship.com, I'm going to try to see if the shipping would be cheaper on the website. So I would still be using the poly mailer, but you have other options. So you can use, I don't know, a flat rate padded, a box, or one of the prepaid boxes from USPS. So you still have those options in there. And for me, if I did a priority mail, it would be too expensive, so I'm gonna choose FedEx. Or actually, let's have the customer pay this. So I'm gonna close out of this and I'll let the customer do this. So they're gonna pay for it, and they have two options. They can use USPS or they can choose FedEx. So I'll let them choose, select both of them. Double check my work, make sure everything's good to go, and then list the item. So you can also view your item, which I highly suggest, just to make sure that it looks the way you want it to look. So you know that your title looks correct, when everything within all the different categories is correct. So I got my size showing at the very start of the description. Got my hashtags down below. There's me. And just so you know, when you list your item, you're not going to see it immediately. It takes like a minute or so for you to see. So just check all your other items you just listed. Make sure they look good. Check your descriptions. Make sure those look good. Your pictures. And if you need to edit the item, there's an edit button. And I'm just going to change that to good because it is not new without tags. So I'm going to change it to good, and it updates pretty quickly. However, when you do edit an item, it does not put it at the top of your feed like Poshmark does. Okay, so that's how I list my items from Poshmark to Mercari. It's really not that hard. I hope that you see that in this video, and that the shipping part is really not that scary. So you can definitely do this. You should be doing this so there's more eyes on your items and you can get more sales. So it's just another option to get more sales. When Posh is down, for me, I get more sales. When eBay's down for me, I get more sales on Mercari. So definitely try to use it, try to implement it. If you do, let me know. And if this video helped you out, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next Friday. Until then, have a wonderful, wonderful sales week.